Hello everyone, it is the Manticore and Mad Digital, and instead of gaming, today we have a special edition of... Actually, it's not a special edition of anything.
It's a special edition of how awful our city is.
Today we have Windsor is terrible. This issue of Windsor is terrible because, I mean, you could fill a fucking dictionary with the amount of reasons why Windsor is terrible, but in today's edition of Windsor is terrible, we have some LGBT issues, some anti-LGBT,
bigotry, idiocy, nonsensical whinging.
From a dessert shop that I'd literally never heard of in this city, so I mean, they can't be that impressive. I'd never heard of them, no, I'm kidding. I'm not a connoisseur, but what you see on the screen here, this is a picture of a drag queen called Jimbo. Her name is Jimbo. You see what she looks like. Well, this couple in Windsor, they wanted to make a cake for the husband's birthday featuring this drag queen because he likes watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and this was one of the finalists, I believe. So they wanted to get a cake with this picture on it. And I don't see anything wrong with this picture. Like, it's not offensive. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a drag queen. That's not how the cake shop thought.
Now the fun begins. Our lovely local Tea Bears Creamery, a shop that offered photo cakes. When requested to put this photo on the cake, the owner of said store went on a rant comparing pedophiles to drag queens after his employee, when he had to describe to them what a drag queen was, said, "We don't do that here."
So, go into this article here from Pink News, and it basically just gives you a little bit of a rundown on a little bit of what happened here in detail. Employee asked her what a drag queen was. After LaRue explained, the employee denied her request for the cake. She called them back, asked to speak to the manager. His alleged response was even more shocking. He started trying to compare drag queens to pedophiles. I was like, these are human beings, these are not criminals. They did say stuff like, had to issue an apology to customers who have complained of the store's comments about the drag and drag race cake. He has gotten so many emails from the community that he wasn't sure who the original person was because it was on the phone. But we've got
more ass excuses.
Right. The Tea Bears Creamery website now has a statement about the situation. It claims the store policies on photos transposed onto cakes does not permit the use of sensual photos, and that they did not properly communicate this policy. First of all, that's the picture. I don't... Is that sensual?
No, yeah, like... What they mean by they did not properly communicate this policy is that they blatantly disregarded this policy when something was described to them that made them uncomfortable. That being a drag queen, you know, that being a man wearing women's clothing. Oh, no.
Okay, so you need to hear
they
this.
Just decided that that was an inherently sensual and shocking and offensive thing.
Yeah. Because we can't properly convey how awful this is, you can listen to this.
Gay or lesbian or whatever, that's no problem. That's their call.
But when you didn't know what the cake was for, it was okay. And the second that I said that the cake was a gay cake, a gay-themed cake, you weren't okay with it.
Well, you see, ma'am, we're going down the wrong road here because you started it by saying, well, you do a picture of a drag queen. So you were already looking for an issue.
Why is that an issue? Being a drag queen is no issue, sir.
If we say no, if we don't do something regarding pedophiles, I'm just going to the extreme now.
And you're being recorded, just so you know.
That's fine. Well, now you clarify it afterwards. Not a good thing to do, is it? You're supposed to notify the person beforehand if it's being recorded.
No one told me that.
That's because it's not true.
So.
Oh yeah, you do.
This is really good for your business. I just want you to know.
Well, it's my business.
Oh yeah, pause.
It's going to be.
Speaking of it being good for their business, they fucking no longer offer photo cakes for one. Fucking their voicemail box is full on the phone and they're not answering the phone, and they've taken their online cake order fucking form off of their website. They've taken it down and said it's temporarily unavailable. Speaking of it being good for their business.
Oh yeah, it was spectacular for business. They chose a great hill to die on.
Determine whether or not I do a photo of a drag queen, and if you really want to go down that road, then more power to you. And if I go out of business because of it, I guess I go out of business. Because
I'm sorry that you're so small-minded, sir.
If every time I make
I'm sorry your heart is so small and you have so much just...
No, you have no idea.
I'm so sorry that you live so small-minded, though. But your heart isn't that big if you're denying people. Love is love, sir, no matter what it is.
You know what? Here we go. No kidding. God is love. I'm on your page.
God is love. He is good. He...
So here he tries to claim that, no, I'm pro-LGB. No, just, yeah, what was that last one? LGBT. He supports everything but that pesky little T. That pesky little T. Always gets in the way of those people who want to support the LGB. So, yeah, no, it's not a question. Love is love. Yeah, love is love. This actually doesn't have anything to do with love is love, so I don't actually know why she brought that up, because...
Yeah, just like, side note, drag queens are not trans people.
They're super not. They're literally just guys who dress up as chicks for entertainment purposes. Sometimes they're gay, sometimes they're straight, sometimes they're trans, sometimes they're not. Mm-hmm. They can literally be a total cis-het dude who just likes to do drag. I mean, it's not an uncommon thing. Really not an uncommon thing.
Nope.
So, like, I don't... His perception of, like, the 80s flaming gay transvestite kind of thing is not only inaccurate, but offensive.
Yep, it was both of those.
So, there's still a minute and a half of this, so let's see what there is left.
He makes us who we are.
I didn't say he didn't.
Yeah?
No, I didn't. I didn't say that.
No, I know you didn't, sir. I know you didn't say that. I know you never said that.
So how can you say my heart is small when you don't even know my heart?
Because the second I said a drag queen,
oh my
and
God,
it was
this
something
shit,
gay
this
related,
shit, by the way,
refused.
Like, I, as somebody who's argued with way too many right-wing fucking idiots and just spend a tragic amount of my life doing that, they all try this shit. They're like, oh, you don't know me, you don't know my heart, you don't know what I'm like. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't.
What can we do?
Well, yeah, it's like you can extrapolate, first of all, but, like, the other thing is, like, you don't fucking need to. You're commenting in a public forum in an extremely ideologically charged way. That is enough to infer things about you. I don't need to have known you for fucking years and find out all the intricacies of your worldview. You're saying some extremely generic fucking reactionary shit, and so you deserve to be called on that.
Yeah.
You're not a special fucking little snowflake who's invented a whole new strain of political thought. You're just a dime a dozen fucking hateful, conservative, bigoted fuck.
The irony is that they use snowflake to describe us, but they're the ones who, like, need to be special and can't be offended by anything. Everyone's too sensitive, but we're the ones who will lose our shit about a drag queen on a cake.
Well, there's things we don't want to come in the store, that this is something that we're supporting.
So you don't support gay rights and...
I don't support drag queen photos of men dressed as women or women dressed as men. We don't do it, we haven't done it, and we won't do it. Do we support every single thing? No.
No. And that's why I'm so sorry. You know, we were looking forward to, we were going to place a great order, but I'm just going to go to a different company. I'm so sorry. I do appreciate you taking your time to explain your side to me so I can have some understanding, because I don't really understand how you can just not, how you can have an issue with gay people, and that's awful.
More than I would appreciate.
Right?
So do I, sir.
I have gay friends, that's... yeah, okay. That's like saying I'm not racist, I have black friends.
Okay, that doesn't mean you're not a homophobe.
Right?
I can have friends who are black and I can still be a racist.
She says that exact thing that you just said.
You backed yourself into a corner here. It's your own fault. Sir, I'm going to end this conversation.
On the note, in the comment section of this YouTube video, there's like a couple of different people who like seized on that, her saying that, like, that he backed himself into the corner, and they were just like, oh, she backed him into a corner and he had no choice.
I mean, his choice was to not be a bigoted piece of shit.
Yes.
So, you know, that was a choice.
That is always a choice.
Right now, you have a wonderful day. I'm so sorry. Take care. Yeah, bye-bye. Thank you.
Whatever you do.
Yes, thank you so much. You take care. So I called T-Bear's Creamery to try to get a...
So that is the video. The guy is just a royal piece of shit, and if you can't understand why, there's literally nothing I can do to help you. Please move on. So, this happened in our own town of Windsor. This happened on when? When did this happen? This happened on June 11th.
So about 9 days ago.
9 days ago. Our city's newspaper finally talked about it on the 15th. Granted, they did better than they did with a Muslim family in Toronto, or London rather, that was run over. They cleaned every ounce of humanity out of that headline and that story. But this one, they actually managed to take a good side on it, which is cool and all, but the dumb bitch who wrote it is an idiot. Ann Jarvis, I'm calling you out, bitch.
Oh, no.
Fire your fucking editor. Or get one. LaRue called T-Bear's Creamery in Forest Glade last Thursday to order an ice cream cake. She asked for a picture of Jimbo, a drag queen from Canada's Drag Race, on the cake. He dropped something. She and her husband John had started watching RuPaul's Drag Race during the lockdowns. They watched all 13 seasons over and over. Why is that comma there? That comma doesn't need to be there.
Nope.
Jimbo was John's favorite competitor. That's cool. What's a drag queen? Where are your quotation marks? A T-Bear's employee asked her. It's a man who dresses up and performs as a woman. Again, where are your quotation marks? LaRue replied. Oh, we don't do that kind of stuff, the employee said. Are you noticing a pattern here? This person doesn't know how to use quotation months. By the way...
Quotation months.
This person doesn't know how to use quotation...
June is quotation month.
This person doesn't know how to use quotation marks. By the way, June is Pride Month. I mean... Yes, but... Maybe it's just stylistically, but as a writer myself, I feel like being, by the way, June is Pride Month, and not mentioning the month anywhere else is just bad form. You're just bringing the month out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it's kind of...
If in the future, when people read this, they're not going to read the date that this came out. They're going to read the story and be, and by the way, June is Pride Month, and they're going to be like, oh, did this take place in June? And they're going to have to scroll back up. Why didn't you just say, LaRue just wanted a birthday cake for her husband's June birthday?
Yeah, that...
Anything, just to introduce the fact that you're going to talk about June later. Again, maybe I'm just nitpicking because I'm also a writer, but just... Oh, and...
oh, no, yeah, you're definitely doing that.
Big shocker, but they did finally learn how to use quotation marks.
Yeah, just, it suddenly kicks, and then it goes away. Again.
This isn't about cake anymore.
Oh, wait, no, it's... No, wait, it's...
She decided.
From now on.
It's still narrative, though. Windsor Star, do you know how to write journalism? Journalism isn't a narrative. Quotation marks. If you can't, this is narrative.
Wait.
If you don't put quotation marks, then it sounds like you're writing a narrative, and it sounds
There's one thing.
What?
Oh, just finish your point first of all.
Oh, well, then it sounds like more of an opinion, like you're putting a character into these people. If you don't put it in quotation marks, it is not something they said, and therefore it is something that you are assuming, and therefore you are putting your own spin on that person's thoughts, and that's not how journalism works, in theory. You were saying.
Just because I posted a comment in this comment section on the Windsor Star Facebook page, and saw just a tragic amount of people saying this, I'm just going to emphasize this for all these people. I'm just going to go to a different company, she said. I'm just going to go to a different company, she said. I'm just going to go to a different company, she said. I'm just going to go to a different company, she said. Then she posted the recording on YouTube. You know, all of your stupid comments were, well, just go somewhere else. She did. And then she told everyone else that these people are shitty, fucking, bigoted fuckheads. She didn't fucking stop her entire life to try to get this stupid fucking idiot fucking place to make the cake.
Not like the people who supported this thing did.
Somewhere fucking else.
You know who did stop their lives to comment on these? The people who supported this. They stopped their lives. So he was talking about the terrible comments. Here's some examples of that.
His business, his choice.
Everyone is entitled to their opinion, and business is welcome to refuse work. His business, his choice.
Oh, you need $1 million. Shame. Yeah, that's what they were asking for, right?
They were asking for them to make a fucking cake, you dillweed. You're stupid.
Free choice works both ways, be it ignorance or trying to impose your values and viewpoint on it. They run a photo cake shop.
They weren't trying to impose their values.
They didn't.
Were literally just asking for a fucking cake.
They didn't tell the guy to put on drag and make the cake.
They just wanted a fucking cake. Who cares if a business is unable to make your dreams come true with a cake?
If Q business.
Sorry. If Q business is unable to make your dreams come true with a cake, go to another business that possibly can. They did. The world doesn't owe them anything they want whenever they want it, or they will call the media and slam them with a joke. What a joke this city is. Yeah, the city is a joke because people are so homophobic and transphobic and queerphobic in any way, shape, or form, and so is this piece of shit.
Wow, 111 likes for this fucking dipshit. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Glenda McLeod, fuck you. Oh, let's call out all these people. You're a piece of shit, but I'm not going to call you out because you said you don't agree with it.
You don't agree with it, but you do agree with it.
So yeah,
being
fuck
able
you,
to be a
Trevor
business
DeLeap.
Practice. Like, fuck off.
Fuck you, Trevor DeLeap.
You know, like, equality is only for your private life, right? Not for fucking commerce in, like, the public square.
Fuck you, Lori Wilshawn Ingram. Fuck you, Aaron Patton. Fuck you, Glenda Lavin McLeod. This is sad. Yelp and Google removed all the one-star reviews. I didn't get a thing about socially driven reviews.
I left a review, and then I got a fucking email from Google. It was like, oh, thank you for leaving a review. But we're not going to tell you that we actually didn't fucking include that in the reviews that the public can see.
Ugh. Oh, and then this, look at my Halo piece of shit. I wonder if this couple wrote the government about the 300-plus native children with the same energy that took T-Bears national. Did they march with Black Lives Matter? Did they denounce publicly the recent killing of a Muslim family?
Did you?
Right?
Fucking did you, dipshit?
Did you? Fuck you, J.B. Riley.
I'm just going to throw it out there for everybody. If you get hit by a car when you're crossing the street, the first thing that you have to do is go and protest the war crimes taking place in Yemen and, like, all kinds of shit happening around the world. You don't worry about that guy that just hit you with a car. You go and do a bunch of other shit that's not directly related to the situation you just experienced, just to make sure that you're consistent and that you can claim that you did something about literally every single thing for the thing that directly affected you. Like, fuck off. Shut up, idiot.
Yep. Oh, and fuck you, Kansas, Nicole Powers. Some people support it and some people don't. Just move on and find someone else to make the cake. Yeah, that's not the point. Just what we need is more toxic cancel culture. Fuck you, Rob Lovell.
Yes, unironically, yes, that is what we need, is
like,
more quote-unquote toxic, quote-unquote cancel, quote-unquote
literally,
culture.
though. Why are people making this an LGBT issue? Because it literally is.
Yeah, I know.
Drag queens are included in the LGBT.
Yeah, why are people making this? Because, yeah, they were, once again, a straight couple, a fucking heterosexual couple. I guess people are making it an LGBTQ issue because
it fucking is.
They couldn't help their fucking prejudice against those people when serving a fucking heterosexual couple, and that's how disgusting they are.
Right? I heard the recording on air. She absolutely set him up. She advised him well into the conversation that he was being recorded. That's against the law. Pretty sure he has grounds to take to court. That's literally not against the law. So fuck you, Lucy Giammi. Fuck you, Ken Segedin. It's not a matter of them not making the cake that they wanted them to make. That's not the issue. The issue is that they made it offensive by comparing drag queens to pedophiles and implying that drag queens are offensive or not family friendly and are something that should be hidden away.
Yeah, no, and this is a good place to segue to the Blackburn News quotes from the owner.
Oh, yes.
Here is where we see our first quote from dipshit owner. Let's say somebody's at a party and they get a little drunk and they go running around naked and they get a bunch of photos and they say, let's put this on the cake, he explained. You know what? We won't do that.
That's fair. If someone's naked at a party and wants a naked picture on their cake, that's fair for a family-friendly...
That explanation, stripped of any context, yes, is fair.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that stripped of any context, sure, that's fair.
This fucking dough-brained, bigoted motherfucker actually thought he was making a good point when he said, hey, you know, intoxicated public exposure. That's just like being a drag queen.
Right.
You know, if we can object to one, we can object to the other, and we can equate them, and that's not offensive at all. It's just our beliefs, TM.
And that's exactly what I meant. Like, that person, that view right there, that's fair. That's totally legit. You don't want a picture of a naked guy on your cake. That's fair. A drag queen isn't a picture of a naked guy, so I don't know where you're making this comparison, because these are, like, apples and bananas at this point.
Yeah, no.
These are apples and, like, I don't know, fucking potatoes. Apples and potatoes.
And that's the other thing, I don't think we've mentioned this yet, but they changed their policy after this whole thing happened.
You did mention it, but we didn't go into it.
They stopped doing photo cakes. Here is the explanation here. Here's what happens when you do photos like this, he explained. Then it gets out there, oh, they'll do that. The next one comes in and it's something even further off the chart. Next one is further off the chart for what we would want to do. Then you're into more debates, and you're into, well, why you did this for them? Why won't you do this for us? You see, the presupposition here is that an image of a drag queen, regardless of the state of undress or activity being depicted by said drag queen, is just inherently a shocking and offensive image, and that the knowledge that this cake was made, it's gonna, you know, somehow transcend this birthday for the husband. No, they're gonna put it out there to the community. It's gonna set off a fucking, like, domino effect of shocking and offensive imagery. First of all, show me another fucking photo cake shop who has said that. Why doesn't that happen to any of them? And, like, you're really just telling on yourself for fucking thinking that an image of a drag queen, again, regardless of the state of undress or activity depicted, is inherently a shocking, wrong, vile image.
And that's the other thing, was they did say, if they send us the photo, we look at it. We never did receive the photo.
Because you didn't ask for it.
They literally, yeah, you heard it, LaRue said at no time would she ask for a photo of Jimbo. They say in a statement that, oh, well, we always ask for a photo and then we review it and then we decide if we want to do it. But except they without even seeing it, they outright said, no, that's a pedophile. We don't want pictures of pedophiles on here. Nice try, but no. That's some bullshit. Do you have anything else to say about this mass amount of shit?
I did just have my one comment to make because of all the people responding, like, to that YouTube video and the Facebook comment. They were just saying, like, it's their beliefs, These people, and just, like, the culture at large has been far too infected by this shit that their fucking right wing is trying to perpetrate, that your beliefs and your opinions are just sacrosanct and fucking untouchable, regardless of what the fucking actual, you know, opinions and beliefs are. You know, say it. Come the fuck out and say it. What you're saying should be an acceptable belief or opinion or what not about fucking, you know, drag queens or whatever you're conflating them for because of your own fucking ignorance about everything. They won't do that, though, because they know that that is gonna make them sound like exactly what they fucking are. They're just gonna be like, oh, no, my beliefs, my opinions. What are they? So we can slap them the fuck down.
But you know what they will do? They will give a half-assed Apology. First thing you
yes.
see on their website, to our valued customers, we wish to directly address the recent media reports around a cake order at our store with all of you. We regret anything we have said that may have been offensive or miscommunicated.
No, you don't.
We value every person and every one of our customers, regardless of background or life choice. No, you don't. We have always aimed to be a child-friendly and family-oriented ice cream store.
Orientated.
Orientated. I didn't even notice that. Child-friendly and family-orientated ice cream store. That has nothing to do with anything, by the way. Like, nothing to do with the issue at hand. Our store policy on photos transposed onto cakes has always reflected this aim, whereby we do not permit the use of sensual photos. I'm just going to go back to this picture here and ask you, what about this is sensual?
Ooh, so sensual. Those sensual forearms.
Right?
And neck lines.
So sensual!
It's turning me on right now.
Further, our policy has always been that we refuse to accept an order on a cake using a photo until a copy is provided for review. That would have been nice if you told them that. In regard to the recent situation currently circulating in the media, it is clear that we did not properly communicate this policy, and we apologize for any misunderstanding or unintentional offense our decision may have caused for the individuals involved.
You know, see, that's the thing. It was intended. It was not a miscommunication or misunderstanding. It was you deciding that you just didn't want to use that policy because what was described to you was so horrible and wrong that you couldn't possibly ever put it on a cake, regardless of what photo was presented to you.
We are aware that the term sensual can be broadly defined and is open to interpretation, and in the interest of avoiding any further miscommunication, we will no longer offer this service. We continue to value all our customers and appreciate your support over the years, and in particular during the added challenges presented over the past year by COVID-19.
Because you're not fucking struggling too much if you just can fucking turn away customers over stupid bullshit like this.
This is their contact information. By all means, feel free to email them. If you live in this area and it's not long distance or you have Canada-wide calling, try and call and leave a message. Every time we've tried, they've never answered and their answering machine has been full. But by all means, try. And I mean, if you want to write them a letter, I mean, you can Google the rest of that to get the postal code if you want. And by all means, flood them with letters telling them how they're massive pieces of shit. In fact, isn't there a website that'll send shit anonymously? Poop Senders, Shit Express, Send Shit. There's a few. 3 pounds of gorilla poop. Cow dung.
Oh my, that's expensive poo.
A quart of cow dung. It's all anonymous. What about this one? Shit Express. What do we got here? $16.95 of gluten-free kosher horse shit. I don't know why it matters that it's gluten-free. I'm a little concerned about that, in fact.
You want to make sure if you have an allergy that you can eat the shit safely.
Right? I guess. This is the worst design ever. I can't read that.
No, yeah.
What does this say? I want to know what your prices are. Oh, it's in euros. Okay. So it's going to cost about the same. These are nice little turds, though. Look at those.
$11.50 in dollars, presumably
Oh,
US.
yeah, $11.50 US dollars, so a little bit more in Canadian dollars. Oh, yeah, US
You
dollars.
could make a poop sending account.
Oh, sweet. But, yeah, so if you want to use any of these, or, you know what, I think just about almost every general area has poop sending thing. Send Shit Australia. If you go onto Reddit, yeah, you can find out those. By all means, or even glitter bomb them. Again, that address is down here. You know what? I'll get that postal code for you.
N8R1A5.
There you go. If you want to send it, that's your postal code.
You can't hide from the hatred, T-Bear's Creamery.
So, I mean, hopefully someone sees this, and if they do, and they poop them, that's awesome. Or call them, or email them, or just send them a regular hate letter, like old school. Kick it old school and send them a letter full of rage and anger that came directly from your pen. Spread some love everywhere else, because, hey, it's Pride Month, and this is the one month of the year where people pretend to give a shit about us. So, happy Pride Month, everyone.
Woo!